Evening, everybody. So today I'll be sharing with you guys what led to my first and second amputation. It's quite a long and traumatic story, but I'll just try and sum it up. So it all began in 2015. Yeah, right. 2015. I was still in college, 22 years. At that time, leg was swollen, very warm, and a bit red in color. I thought maybe it will get better by the next day because, when I've overworked myself, my leg would get swollen and then it will be better by the next day. But the following day, and the following day, still no change until I decided to consult about the matter because it was beginning to stress me out. I went to a public hospital. They conducted several tests, different kinds of tests, and they came out with the diagnosis of, they said I had arthritis. I was given medication for arthritis, but there was no change. I was still in pain. Leg was still warm, very warm. Leg was still swollen until I decided to consult a nearby GP in town at that time. Now the leg was spiraling out of control. It was stressing me out. I was so stressed out. Here I am, still young, still in college. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. I went to the GP. He gave me medication, antibiotics, because I had a wound. Everything was going well until I think for a week. Yeah. Next week, same problem. I went back to the GP. He told me this was out of his hands. He then decided to transfer me to a hospital, to an orthopedic surgeon. I went to the surgeon. The surgeon was in theater at the time. He was in theater, but he attended to me. He said this looks very serious, so he has to admit me and then conduct his own test. I signed all the needed information with the hospital and I was admitted. He did all different kinds of tests, x-rays. There was no direct diagnosis until he told me he was going on leave, but he's leaving me in the capable hands of his colleague who's also a specialized surgeon. So I was also received with very warm hands. But now the problem begins. Every time I go into the theater for a certain procedure, my leg would be getting worse and worse and worse. It's either changing in color, it's changing shape, repeated the same thing over and over again until it was end of 2015. 2016 continued with the surgeon. Now my entire leg was in another form of shape. I could no longer put on normal shoes. I would put on slippers, morning shoes. Walking very long distances would tire me out. And yeah, it would tire me out. And then he prescribed a moon boot for me. But then at a later stage, I thought maybe some sort of nail or a pin, hurt me under my foot because I saw this very big wound and I was bleeding, but I had no idea what had happened, you know. So up until I told him I wanted a second opinion. That's the glimpse of my story. Catch me for another video where I explain about my first and second amputation. That's all for today.